Noticing sensations. Notice what's present for you this morning. Emotionally, physically, or mentally. Good. We're going to start to use an Ujjayi breath, keeping your eyes closed. Deepen your breath and slightly constrict the throat so your breath becomes audible. Just a gentle sigh, or almost like an ocean sound as you breathe in and out. Good. I'm going to take a little cat-cow movement in this seated position. So as you breathe in, slide your hands towards your body, lift and open your chest, draw your shoulders together. As you breathe out, bow forward, slide the hands towards your knees, drop the head down. Inhale. Exhale. A few more rounds. Good. Breathe a little bit deeper, a little bit louder. Try and notice the pulse of your heart. Next time you lift up, you're going to turn your palms to face upwards. Big breath in, lift the chest. Big sigh out through the mouth. Twice more, in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Last one. Relax the breath. Probably noticing more acutely the pulse of your heart at this moment. Good. We're going to keep that energizing practice, that awareness in the circulation, the heart and the lungs as we move on. Take a breath in, stretch up. Take a breath out, open over to the right hand side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open over across the opposite side. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do one more to either side. One more inhale. This time as you exhale, we're going to twist, lower your right hand onto your left knee, bring your left hand behind you, lengthen the spine and look behind your shoulder. Keep breathing. Good. Take a couple more breaths. See if you can turn your eyeballs all the way around to the back of the room. On an inhale, unwind and lift. On an exhale, twist, turn. Turning the eyes, gently turning the neck, lengthening the spine. And then finally, unwind, stretch up for the last time. And exhale to bow forwards. Hands come to the floor in front of you. Maybe the forearms come down. Maybe the forehead bows down. Good. Stay there. See if you can create a bit of length along the back of your neck. Bow the head deeper down. Lengthen across the spine. Then slowly ripple up to sit tall. Good. Tall spine, long neck, shoulders relaxed. Good. Make your way forwards onto your hands and knees. Take a few deeper cat-cow stretches here. Knees and hips in line, hands and shoulders in line. Inhale to lift the chin, tilt the sit bones. And exhale to drop the head, tuck the tailbone. Good. Keep moving through. Try and deepen your breath a little bit now. Deepen the breath and deepen the movement at the same time. Take one more full breath. Bring the big toes together. Drop the hips to the heels. Open the knees a little bit. Bow forwards, forehead to the floor, arms stretching forwards. Child's pose. Good. Keep the back of the neck long. Keep the shoulders opening away from the ears. If you like, you can slowly roll the forehead from side to side. Create a bit of length in the neck. Keeping that spaciousness in your neck, we're going to lift into a downward facing dog. So slowly ripple forwards to your hands, curl your toes under, lift the tailbone up, keep those feet hip width apart, and lift and lengthen. You can release the neck, you can nod and shake the head. Check in with the alignment, hands shoulder width apart, feet hip width apart. Take a couple more breaths here. Try and lift your tailbone as high as it will go. Exaggerate the bend in your knees to notice how much you can lengthen your spine. And then later, you can think about drawing the heels towards the floor, getting a bit of stretch in the hamstrings. Okay, and then we'll start to walk the feet forwards. Slow steps, perhaps keeping the heels in contact with the floor until you find a forward fold towards the front of your mat. Good. And this is either the most delicious pose ever or it's really challenging. So try and hold your shape even if it is challenging. Knees softly bent, head relaxed. Do not feel the need to hold your head up. Let the head hang. And if you know that you like to move or hold the elbows here, then take those extra adjustments. Good. Holding in that fold. Head hanging down towards the floor. Good. Then we will start to rise. So bend your knees even more deeply. See if you can lift each vertebra one on top of the other. If you have any pain in your back, then come up with a straight spine. But if it's comfortable, then ripple up. Unravel your head last. And rest with a tall spine. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Arms facing forwards. Back of the neck long. Shoulders relaxed down. Good. Take a moment in mountain pose. Toes spread wide. Crown of the head tall. Shoulders down. Okay. We're going to stretch up to the ceiling and begin a few sun salutations. Before we do, just check in. There's a part of the sequence where we open by lifting the hands up like this. If you want to be more energized, if you want to send energy and focus up to the upper parts of your body, your throat and your brain, then lift your chin as you rise up. If you just want to stay nice and grounded and balanced, then just keep the back of the neck long, gaze looking forwards. Okay, all together, we'll start. Feet tip at the front of your mat. Inhale, lift the fingers to the ceiling. Maybe lift the chin if you want to be more energized. Exhale, fold forwards. Keep your spine nice and tall, fingertips towards the floor. Bring your hands to your shins. Inhale, half lift the spine. We're going to hold here for a couple of breaths. Feel that pull of the crown of the head away from the hips. Feel the length in the backs of the thighs. Good, shoulders away from your ears, back totally flat. One more breath in, lift the crown of the head away from the hips. Exhale, come into a plank position and maintain that length in your back. So it requires a little bit of core stability to keep that lift in your hips. Good, hold here for one breath in. And then exhale to the knees for this first one. And then we'll lower the body down in a straight line. Okay, tops of the feet on the floor. Inhale, use your buttocks and your lower back to lift all the upper body away from the floor, including your hands. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, come a little bit higher. This time, leaving the hands on the floor. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, rise all the way up. Press through those palms, lifting the chest away from the floor. Exhale, lower down. And again, all over again. Inhale, lift the head and the hands, squeezing the body away from the floor. Exhale, down. Inhale, midway lift. Exhale, down. Last one. Inhale, all the way lift. Back of the neck long. Exhale, down. Let's shuffle into a child's pose for a moment. Hips to heels, spine long, forehead on the floor. Good. And when you're ready, you're going to rise up into a downward facing dog. Inhale to your knees. Exhale, lift the tailbone. Let's count 5 deep breaths here. Make sure the neck is relaxed. The head is hanging down. Two more deep breaths. Last inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look forwards, and we'll step the feet together at the front of the mat. Inhale to lift and lengthen the spine. Exhale to bow down. Inhale, lift up, either lifting the chin or looking forwards. Exhale, release the hands to the sides of the body. Okay, again, inhale, lift. Exhale, bow forwards. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back, plank. Hold that length in your body. Let's keep that stability nice and controlled through the spine. See if you can lower down in a straight line. Squeeze the arms into the sides of your body as you lower down. Good. Inhale, let's lift the head, the hands, and the feet away from the floor and hold as you breathe. Squeezing the legs together, squeezing the shoulders together. Take one more breath in. Back of the neck is long. Exhale, release. Take a pause. Rest your left cheek on the mat. Good. Right, we'll rise again. Inhale, lift the head and the hands and the feet. This time, reach the hands behind you and interlace them. Good. See if you can. Draw the shoulders together. Lift the chest away from the floor. Keep lifting. One more breath in. Exhale, release down. Turn the opposite cheek to the mat and have a breath. Okay, last round. Inhale, lift. Interlace those hands if you can. Keep lifting, keep squeezing the legs together. Let's take 2 more breaths here. One more inhale. Exhale, release. Breathe. Rest the left cheek to the floor. Pause for a moment. And then when you're ready, make your way back into a child's pose or straight back into a downward facing dog. Good. Let's take 2 more deep breaths here in your downward facing dog. One final inhalation. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step the feet together. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release. Okay. And again, inhale, lift. Exhale, bow forwards. Inhale, half lift the spine. Exhale, find a plank position. Hips and shoulders pretty much in line. One more breath in. Exhale, lower down into a plank position. From a plank position all the way down to the floor. And then take a back bend, and you can choose your own depth of back bend here. Good. I'm staying with a Sphinx pose, but you can, if you feel comfortable, come into a cobra pose or an upward facing dog. Keep length in the back of your neck. and then lower down. And we'll make our way through to downward facing dog. Hopefully noticing the length along the spine at this stage, feeling, maybe even noticing the different stages of your spine, the separate parts along the neck, and the middle part of your spine, and the lower back, feeling the length through all those different parts. Neck relaxed and long. Good. Now holding steady as you are, inhale, lift your right foot off the floor. Lift that leg high into the sky. Exhale, foot forwards. Bring it up between your hands. Place your left foot flat to the floor, and we'll rise up into a warrior one. Both hips facing forwards, right knee deeply bent. Okay. Get steady in this shape. If the back foot can't stay flat to the floor, you can come onto the ball of that foot into more of a lunge position. But do try and turn your hips forward so that left hip faces the front of the mat. Okay, from here, inhale, straighten your right leg, reach your fingers up to the ceiling. As you exhale, slowly fold forward, holding really steady in your lower back. Sweep the fingertips down. Maybe they're going to touch the floor. On your next breath in, rise up, bend that front knee. And exhale, hold steady, bend into the front knee, hold the legs engaged. Okay, counting for 4. Inhale for 4, straighten front leg, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, bow forwards for 4, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, rise up, bend front knee, sweep all the way up to stand, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, hold steady, 2, 3, 4. One more round. Inhale, straighten front leg. Exhale, bow forwards. Inhale, bend the front knee and rise. And exhale, hold. Good, one more round. Sorry, that was our final round. So take a breath in, straighten the front leg, and exhale, hands to the floor, step back, downward facing dog. Good, now the other side. So inhale, lift left leg off the floor. Exhale, slowly bring that foot forwards, place it between the hands, rise up. Warrior one on the other side. Hips facing forwards, front knee deeply bent, arms lifted. If it feels especially wobbly, then just walk your front foot further out to the side so you're standing on train tracks rather than in line. Okay, 3 rounds all together. Inhale, straighten front leg. Exhale, use the core, support the spine, slowly fold forwards. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, rise, bend front knee. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, hold steady. 2, 3, 4. 2 more rounds. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, hold. Count the last round in your own time. Finally, inhale to lift the front leg, straighten the front leg. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back, downward facing dog, stretch out the legs, reset the hips, lengthen the neck. One more breath in. And as you exhale, bend the knees, look forward between the hands, step the feet together. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, release the head down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, relax the hands. Okay, take a breath in and out. Keep those feet hip width apart. That's roughly 2 fist width distance apart from each other. Okay, inhale, bend your knees, sweep your arms forwards, come into a chair pose. We're going to stay here for a few rounds of breath. Keep the knees and the toes in line. Keep bending as deeply as you can and keep a little tuck in your tailbone. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, reach forwards, hold the back really strong. See if you can sweep your fingertips to touch the floor. As you inhale, rise back up into your chair pose. And exhale, hold steady. Inhale, stand, straighten the legs. Exhale, release the hands down. Again, inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold forward, straight spine. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. One more round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, hold the chair pose. Last time, inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, relax the hands. Breathe in and out, relax the body. Good. Okay, we're going to come back into a chair pose, but just for one breath. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, half lift the spine. Exhale, step back into a plank. Inhale, hold steady. Exhale, lower down to the floor. Inhale, choose your own back bend. Exhale, release. Make your way back, downward facing dog. Good. Take one breath in, lift the right foot off the floor. As you exhale, bring it forwards, place it between the hands. Place that left foot on the floor and rise up into a warrior one. We're going to hold here, bending forwards, reaching the arms up. One breath in. Exhale, hands to the floor, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your opposite leg high to the ceiling. Exhale, foot forwards. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Take one more breath in here. Exhale, hands to the floor. Downward facing dog. Take 3 more deep breaths as you are. With every inhale, lift the tailbone higher, lengthen across the spine. Good. Last breath in. And this time as you exhale, drop down to your hands and knees. And for a moment, sit back, hips to heels. Interlace your fingers and do a bit of movement through the wrists. We're going to do a little bit of core using the weight through our wrist joints. So we'll get them warmed up. Then reach up to the ceiling and start making fists as quickly as you can. Keep moving the hands. Take one more full breath in and out. And then you can shake it out. Spread those fingers wide and come down to the floor. Okay, palms pressing into the floor. Knees in line with your hips. Then we're going to tuck your toes under and lift your knees so that they hover about an inch away from the floor. Okay, and in this shape, I want you to press down so that your shoulders are doming and as to tuck in your tailbone as you engage through the lower core. Hold here for one more full breath. Then inhale. Exhale, release. Take a moment's pause, maybe in child's pose or just resting on your hands and knees. And then we're going to return. So come back to your all fours position. Tuck your toes under, lift the knees. We're going to hover for 5 breaths. Two more breaths. Exhale, release, rest, child's pose. Have a breath. Good. While you're down there, maybe take a few rolls of the wrist if you feel like there's a lot of pressure coming through those wrist joints. Take a roll, stretch it out. And then you're going to roll over onto your back. Come to lie on your back. With your legs lifted towards the sky. Legs as straight as possible, feet flexed, legs strongly engaged, lower back pressing down into the floor. And see if you can reach your arms overhead, press the arms into the floor behind you. We're going to hold really steady here for 5 breaths. Two more breaths. And then release, hug it in. Maybe take a little bit of a roll along the spine. Release the lower back. And then we'll take one more round. 5 breaths again. Feet lifted, legs straight, arms overhead. 5 breaths all together. Good, 2 more breaths. Every muscle in your body engaged. Then hug it in and release. Take a little roll from side to side along the back. And then finally roll along your spine lengthways until you come up to a seated position. Come to sit with the legs extended out in front of you in a straight line. And if you feel like you're rounding in your back, then get a prop or a cushion or a blanket folded up underneath just the back of your buttocks. Spine is tall, legs are nice and straight. Okay, keeping that length along your spine, keeping quite a lot of engagement through the core. Breathe in and lift the fingers up to the ceiling. Breathe out, bow the chest forwards towards your knees, and then bring the hands to rest on the toes or the shins. So what we're not doing is bowing forwards really deeply yet. We're just tilting from the hips. We're using the belly and the chest to draw you forwards. That's the main part of this pose right now. Okay, holding steady, shoulders drawn away from the ears, chin gently drawn to the chest. We're going to use the breath to slowly deepen into this shape. So as you breathe in, you're going to lift the crown of the head away from your hips, further towards the ceiling. And as you breathe out, you're going to draw the chest down towards your knees. We do a few repetitions of that motion, subtly lengthening our depth of the pose. Inhale, crown of the head, lift. Exhale, subtle fold forward. Good. And continue. And then in this last minute of holding this pose, allow your head to soften down and allow a little bit of rounding across the front of the spine and the head. The front, the top of the spine. Good. And then you're going to slowly lift up to sit back with a tall spine. Pause here. Relaxing your shoulders, noticing the body digesting that calming forward fold. And make your way onto your back. Start with a bit of a hug of the knees to the chest. Maybe rolling along the spine. And then we'll take a twist. Knees and feet together, arms open wide. Inhale in the center. Exhale into the twist, dropping the knees to the left. Relaxing the body here. If you want to deepen the pose, you can wrap your right leg over your left leg. Keep your right shoulder to the floor. Turn your gaze over to the right hand side. And relax every part of the body into the shape. On an inhale, draw the legs to center, unwind any ravel of the legs. And on an exhale, twist to the other side. Finally, bring the legs to center. Take any last movements before you move into Shavasana. Now that you've done so much work with the spine today, make sure the spine is relaxed and long, open to the floor, feet falling open and apart, arms falling away from the body. Or if you feel particularly internally aware today, you might want to bring the hands to rest on the belly. Draw the shoulders together, draw the chin to the chest. Take any last deep exhalations. And let your body relax and open to the floor. To bring your awareness back to the space your body encompasses on the floor. Notice sounds around you. Deepen your breath. Start to move the body. Rolling the joints, eventually stretching the arms overhead. When you're ready, roll over to rest on your right hand side. And then finally come up to a seated position. Good. Find a tall spine. Rest your hands in your lap or on your knees. Close your eyes and keep deepening your breath. Feel that you're waking up your body with your breath. Deepening your breath until you're inhaling for a slow count of 6 and exhaling for the same count. Good. Keep your eyes closed. We're going to begin to move into our meditation, a meditation where we transform the memory or sensation of lack of focus or distraction. We transform those sensations into clear-sightedness. We're going to use the color and the vibrational frequency of the color violet. So with your eyes closed, bring your awareness into your belly and draw the memory and the sensation of the feeling of distraction or restlessness or lack of knowing where you're going or what you're doing. You can also remember a situation where you felt directionless in life. This will feel uncomfortable. But our job is to sit with those feelings, acknowledging that they're real, and feel them with every cell in your body. Okay. Now, with that sensation present in your belly, take a big inhale and sense that you're drawing a small part of that energy up into your chest. Hold the breath, lock it into the chest, and flood your chest with the color violet. Hold the breath, keep drawing your energy and the focus of the color of violet into the chest. And then as you exhale, we're going to slowly draw that color violet and the sensation of clear-sightedness all the way up through the spine to rest at the crown of the head. Relax your breath and pause here for a moment, breathing softly. Feeling the color violet resting right at the crown of the head. And feel the qualities of focus, clarity, and stillness as you rest there. Okay, we're going to continue that practice. And just if you feel confused or a lack of awareness of what the color violet is, it's a lighter color purple, between a purple and a blue. So we're going to bring the awareness down into the belly and repeat. Inhale, draw a small portion of that energy of lack of perception into the chest. Lock the breath into the chest. Flood the chest with the color violet. You can even repeat the word violet. When you need to exhale, we're going to draw the awareness and that color slowly up to the crown of the head and rest for a few moments. And continue that cycle in your own time. With each breath, drawing up a portion of that negative emotion and cleansing it with the color violet. In the last couple of breaths, try and empty every last sensation from the belly, cleansing every last trace of that memory with the color violet. And finally, rest with a soft breath and a tall spine. And the sensation of the color violet at the crown of the head. And all of the sensation and memory of clear-sightedness, focus, clarity, and stillness. And to complete the practice, to embody that through the whole body, we'll take one final visualization. As you breathe in, draw that violet light from the crown of the head all the way down the spine, into the belly. And as you breathe out, sense that violet light flooding and filling the whole body from the belly outwards. Take a few of those breaths, moving downwards this time with the awareness. until you are the embodiment of violet light. Relax the breath and rest in those sensations. And we'll close the practice with gratitude. Bring the palms together, thumbs pressing against the chest. Bow the forehead down to the fingertips. Take a moment of gratitude for anything you're grateful for here. And close with a bow forwards. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that sense of clear-sightedness